Hi, everyone. This is Shirley from Shirley's World here for the Thursday evening chat. Hi, Diane. Yeah, there's 3 or 4 people here. Yeah, I wanted to answer some of the questions of the past week or so that I've gotten. I really appreciate comments after I do a video. Hi, Renee. I love getting comments. I love answering the comments. But I thought I'd answer a couple online here tonight. My cat is just meowing next to me, telling me that it's almost dinner time. Hi, Janet K. Your question is one I'm going to answer. Yeah. I did not do a ship with me video today because I didn't have any sales. So hopefully by tomorrow, I can do one. But I already have a video going that I'm going to put on tomorrow. It's about my routine from when I buy something, the whole thing I do to when it gets packaged and ready to sell. So that's what I'm working on. So Jane, yes, my things are all pre-packaged. When somebody buys them, they're already in the bins, in these bins. And, I have a million bins in a couple rooms. And they're all pre-packaged like this. So yes, that's why my shipping goes so fast. It has all the information on this sticky note on the package. So I know everything about it, measurements and everything, and even how much it weighs. So shipping is very easy if somebody just buys the things. So I wish, I'm hoping that selling will pick up so that I can do more of these sell with me or ship with me videos because I enjoy doing them. Yes, I have the bin number. This one came out of WE3, and the bin number is always right around here. I just grabbed this out of this bin. This is WE3 right here. And yeah, it goes into, you'll see in the next video, I assign it a bin number where there's room. All the women's bins have the W first and the men's have an M first. So I know where all the men's things and all the women's things are. So yes, you do that too. Yes, all boxed and ready to go. So I just have to put them in the mailing envelope, whatever, or box or whatever. Now, the only things that aren't in the bins are things that I have to hang, like a dress. Usually I don't put dresses in the packages, or bigger items like coats or jackets, blazers. They wouldn't go in a package. They're hanging upstairs. So I would go get If one sells, I go get it. I bring it downstairs, and then I package it before, of course, before I ship it. I wrap it in paper and put a note in there, and yeah. So they take a little bit longer, but all the smaller things go in the bins. Any shorts, men's pants, even jeans, they're all packaged. Uh, you know, things like this is a fleece jacket. If it gets any bigger than the fleece jackets, then they get hung upstairs. Like if it was a down coat jacket, I wouldn't put it in a bin. I mean, in a package. I would package it up after I sell it. How do you have your hanging things? I have racks upstairs, and they're just hung on racks, on hangers. They're not numbered. I just go, I sort of know where everything is. I know where all the dresses are. I know where all the blazers are. I know where all the coats are. So I just sort through them. It's not hard to find. Oh, and another other thing that's hanging upstairs, all the ties, men's ties, because I have these tie racks, these revolving tie racks. So I do have to find ties. They're not already packaged. Takes up much less room to put them on these little revolving racks than to make a package out of each one and store them in a bin. Now, as far as hard goods goes, the little bit of hard goods that I have so far, they are on shelves. And I don't have enough to even worry about numbers, so they're not in bins, they're just on shelves in this back room, and they don't have a number. I just have to go on the shelf and look for them. Do I ever do lot sales? Once in a while, I will put 2 or 3 things together, uh, like of the same size, or if I think they're not worth selling just on their own, but I'd like to sell them, I would bundle them up, put them in a lot. I've done that before. Yeah. Like when I used to sell children's things, I used to sell really little children's things. I'm talking about toddler, no more than say 4 or 5 years old. So those little things, children's clothes, unless it's a really good brand, uh, most sellers bundle them or they put them in lots. So the little bit of children's clothes I have left, they're all in lots of 3 or 4 things together, same size, you know. Bumblebee, you were out walking the dog when Shirley's alarm went off. Well, glad to see you here. How is little girl doing? I have to tell you, I had to take my car in to get the nuts taken out of my fan, my heater fan again. So I took it to Honda. My appointment was for today at 11 o'clock. I took my car in. Thank goodness they hadn't burned the motor out again. But it still cost me $213 for them to get to the motor, to empty out all the nuts. He said it was full again. But as soon as I heard that, when I tried to turn on the heater, I heard the nuts and I turned it right off. So I didn't burn out the motor this time. And they took out the nuts, but just and the filter was all chewed up. So they had to replace the filter. That was like $159, but the rest of it is just labor. Or no, the filter was only $30. The rest of it is labor for them to go in there, get to it, because it's way under stuff. They have to take a bunch of stuff apart to get to it. So I told them before they even tried, I said, if the motor needs replaced, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to keep replacing these motors for 500 and some dollars. I'll just go without heat and without air conditioning until this lease is up. I still have a year and a half left on this lease. And so far, I have tried the peppermint things. Now I have little bags of, they're tiny. I should have brought one in. They're like a ball and they're in a package. And you put one on each wall of your garage. They're made for like attics or warehouses or garages or whatever, to keep rodents away, and chipmunks are rodents. So I put them around. There's already, my car is surrounded by bags of mothballs. And I use the spray on the car vents and things. But they can just, there's a big opening on the bottom of the car. They can just hop right into the engine. So I either have to find a mechanic and not keep taking this to Honda, and maybe the mechanic can, uh, even if they put a piece of hardware wire to block that huge space. Now they can get in several different ways. They can get in through the wheel well, but I mean, they don't even have to try hard to get in. So this is my last car. I told my son today, this is my last car that I'm going to lease. I have to let the lease run out because if you can't just turn in your car, it would cost a fortune. You still have to pay. And then I wouldn't have any car. But I don't think I'm going to lease cars anymore. I think I'm just going to maybe have my son find me an old junker car because I don't go anyplace. I don't drive except to town, like 7 miles to town, 4 miles to the Goodwill. I don't drive hardly at all, and I only go out maybe once a week, if that. Hi, Diane. Jane, Renee, Janet, Bumblebee. Hi, everybody. So, Stein, who isn't here right now, I told you last week that I always thought Stein from Norway was a guy. No, it's a girl. It's the same as like the name Christine or Kristen. So Stein said, why didn't I just sell little things like jewelry or, just small things? It wouldn't take up room in my house. Well, that's an excellent idea, but I still have to get rid of all this big stuff, all these bins and bins of clothing. Yeah, if I start buying any hard goods, it's not going to be big things. It's going to be small things. Oh, Mr. Bumblebee is spoiling your doggy. I think you probably spoiled by both of you. She. Ah. How about convert the car with a trap? Well, it wouldn't much matter if I'd trap one or two chipmunks. We have thousands of chipmunks around here. They're running all over the place. I have chipmunks, red squirrels, um, voles, I'm sure mice. I find mice every once in a while in the if I don't close the bird seat up tight. Uh, yeah, this is the country. This is their space. Uh, but we have an overabundance of chipmunks here. You know, um, trapping even a dozen chipmunks isn't going to make any difference. Honda says all the new cars are the same underneath as far as letting the new Hondas are very, they make cars a little smaller and smaller. So they're very compact, the engine compartment. So they have to have some way for the air to come in or your engine would burn out. So they leave these big openings. Like old cars, they didn't have to do that. Old cars were, I'm sure I'm sure that chipmunk can get in old cars too. Would I have to do a tarp? Uh, you mean like a tarp over the whole car? I don't think the tarps go like underneath the car. A tarp goes like over the top of the car. It would just keep the chipmunks nice and toasty warm in the wintertime. Uh, Honda isn't interested in fixing my problem. They get all this money, and they said that I'm not the only one. There's lots of people having the same problem. So I don't remember ever having this problem when before I had the CRV before this one. This is an HRV. It's a little smaller. Before this one, I had a CRV, which was big. Before that, I always had Honda Accords, and I never had that problem with the Accords. The trouble now is I'm used to being up higher, and it's easier for me to get in and out of than, you know, going down into a car. But that would be fine with me. I can't do this. If I'm going to get a car, I might as well just get a junker car that a mechanic can work on and solve the problems. So my dog walker Jolene, she has a mechanic. I'm going to get his name. And after this lease, I'm not going to lease anymore. I don't think I would feel safe being without a car at all. I would have to have a chauffeur, like driving Miss Daisy. Wouldn't that be wonderful? I could have a chauffeur. Of course, I don't have the money to pay a chauffeur, but yeah, that's what I need. My garage is not finished inside. It has a concrete floor, no finished ceiling. No, they can get in very easily under. I can see them going in under the garage door, and they can get in through the overhang of the garage. I mean, raccoons can get in, so no problem with the chipmunk. Uh, yeah, I just I'm hoping that something now there's the car guy at Honda told me about he saw something on Amazon that plugs into the wall. It's not the Ridex because I have those plugged into the garage wall, just like the house. It worked with mice in the house. Those Ridex, I have one on each floor of the house because I used to have a mouse problem. This this house is 170 some years old. There's no keeping mice out. You can get in numerous ways. So lucky they don't bother me. I mean, I'm not scared of mice. I'm not scared of snakes. I'm not scared of things like that. Spiders don't even bother me, except who said about the Australia spiders? I wouldn't want a spider this big. No, but the little spiders we have, no. Uh, remember, I'm a gardener. I'm an outdoorsy person. I used to be a lot more before I got old. Uh, yeah. So I'm at a loss of what to do. I even parked my car outside. When I got home, I backed my car into, I have like a turnaround spot next to the garage. I backed it in there and I was sort of watching to see if the chipmunks were going to, because they're all over. I'm sure they'd go in. That's not going to stop them. But when my dog was sleeping, and then when she woke up, she looked out the window and started barking, and she didn't recognize the car. She didn't shut up until I went out and moved the car and put it back in the garage. Uh, Little Penny is out in the other room. Yeah, so either I use Uber a lot after I get rid of this car, which is a possibility, or get an older car that somebody can do something with to keep this from happening. It's not like I said, it's not like I drive a lot. I'm not going to freeze to death in my car, or I'm not, in the summer I can open the windows like you used to have to do. And I just don't go many places. And when you go to a store, they're air conditioned and they're heated, so it's not that big of a problem. I just don't want them. What I'm scared about is if these chipmunks get in there and I can't really get into the lots of parts of the engine. Like when you open the hood, I do know how to open the hood and look in there. Now I can take nuts out, where I can see them, but I don't want the chipmunks to go in there and start chewing on wiring and wreck all the wiring in the motor. That's a huge expense. And then when I turn in the car, I'd probably have to pay for all that. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my chipmunk problem. Uh, I think I answered the question Debbie asked. I think yesterday I answered that on my video about what kind of printer I have, the label maker. I have several printers. One doesn't work. I have a laser printer, a Brother laser printer that will not connect for some reason to my computer anymore. It used to be great. Then I have an old inkjet printer, HP, that still works, but the ink costs a fortune, but I still have it if I need it. And I have my little label maker, the Dymo label maker, which is a thermal printer, which I love. So I do everything except if I need big sheets of paper, then I print them out on the inkjet, old-fashioned inkjet printer. Maybe, Renee, that could very well be why I never had a problem in my other cars, because I did have 2 cats out there. I had 2 outdoor cats. Hi, Brylan. You're here. You're back and forth packing sales. Oh, at least you're getting some. I saw your sales of the day. Yeah, you're right. Maybe that's the reason I had those cats out there. And they were out summer and winter. That's when I used to have a heat lamp in my garage, and I didn't want to have a heat lamp out there in the winter anymore. I couldn't stand having these poor couple cats without heat in the winter. So I brought them in the house. And they finally got used to being in the house. They were indoor outdoor cats then, but yeah, that was quite a long time ago. They're long gone. But that could very well be, Renee. I never thought of that. Yeah, my dog. There's Nick and Andrea from Britain. Hi. So glad to see you here. Yes, I have to get back to watching you guys. I haven't been watching much. I haven't been watching much except Commonwealth Flipper. I don't know what I get stuck on one seller that I watch all the time with cayenne pepper work. I don't know. I'll try it. I've been trying everything. Everything that they say that the rodents don't like, the chipmunks don't like. You've just been catching up on world news you wish you hadn't. Yeah. It's scary time out there. I don't like to watch the news at all. I do tune into it at least once a day to make sure we're not going to get bombed or something, but who knows? Jane has to leave. See you later. Okay. Thanks for stopping by, Jane. Yeah. Let's see. Do you have any more questions I hadn't answered? I don't think so. I think I've answered pretty much all of them. But I will have a video that I'm doing for tomorrow that shows you my whole routine from bringing home something that I bought to getting it packaged up and ready to sell. and where I put everything. I'll show you the hanging racks and things upstairs tomorrow. Uh, yeah, Nick and Andrea, I'm trying to do a ship with me video, but the trouble is I'm not selling anything, so there's nothing to ship out. I have many days and I'm having 0 sales. Yeah, it's crickets here. Uh, and I just listed my last 3 things that I have. So I have got to go, I have to go back shopping again. Uh, right now, the only place to shop is Goodwill and Volunteers of America. And we have no garage sales going on. We have no flea markets. Well, I'm not strong enough to be walking around a flea market anymore, but I probably could do a couple garage sales. Uh, yes, I do too, Nick. Uh, yeah, believe me, I've thought of selling out my whole inventory. We were talking about that last time, and nobody seems to want me to quit. And I would miss it. I've been doing this a long time. It still makes me feel good to find things and to sell things. You've done well selling on Facebook this week. Clearing out bulky things. You know, I've never done Facebook Marketplace because I don't really want people coming to the house. I know you can go and meet them places, but that's just an added thing that I don't go out much anymore. I like days when I have nothing on my schedule where I have to go someplace. I'm becoming a hermit. Yeah, pretty soon I'll be having just things boxed and sent to me to get inventory. The thrill of the find and the sale never gets old. You've been doing 20 plus years. Yes, I know. That's the fun part. Yeah, but my house is packed. And that's why I was saying last week I'd like to have my house back. But at this rate of selling, it's never going to happen. And since you still have to keep listing to be able to sell, there you go. I just have to, like somebody suggested, just buying little tiny things like jewelry and things, but I still have all these bins and bins and bins of things to get rid of because I've only sold clothes for the last, I don't know, the last 8, 10 years. So 3 rooms taken up by bins and 2, well, I could put it in all one room. One room upstairs, all hanging clothes. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll be glad when a few garage sales do start. You know, we used to live in a community that was more, it was much closer to Cleveland, not real close. It was a suburb. I live more in the country now. So the suburb was like well known for their garage sales. you didn't have any trouble. They started on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday. And they were all over the place. Out here, they're few and far between, mostly because, you know, they're n- the town of Medina is small, where the houses are closer together. And then I live out in township, more in the country, so things aren't close together. And there's just not as many garage sales out here. There's one big flea market that's quite a ways from me, but I can't walk around a flea market. I haven't been to that flea market since my sister and I went um, when she was here one time. That was a long time ago. But yeah, go shopping in your stock. It's probably been so long. I do. I do. I go through my old stock all the time and end it and do a whole new listing. If it needs new pictures, I'll do that. But I try to change the titles enough that looks new. It has a new number. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And when I don't have things to, if I haven't been to the store to buy to buy new old things, then I keep ending things and relisting things. Not relisting, sell similar. Yeah. I wish I knew hard goods to buy. Thank you. Thank you. You too. Take care. Uh, I often, the last couple times I've been in the hard goods departments in the thrift stores, like I think I said before, I wish that somebody was with me that knew something. I know nothing about hard goods. I see Commonwealth Flipper. He has he sells so much, and it's just everything. Uh, he sells They say hats aren't selling well, but he sells quite a bit of hats, baseball hats. I can get them at the store. There's lots of hats, but I have a whole shelf of hats back there. I sell a hat once in a while, but evidently I don't know the good ones to buy because these aren't selling. So hats and belts and a few of the things that are smaller can just go on shelves. I do I do look at and I buy. Now I have sold a few belts lately. I do look at purses. Oh, I didn't that's what I haven't listed. I haven't listed the books I bought yet and the purse and that shoulder purse that I bought. It's because I put it up on something so the cat wouldn't lay on it. And I keep forgetting to list it. So I have that to list yet. I'll do that tomorrow or the next day. So that's my dilemma. Mostly it's the chipmunk dilemma. But I can use your box of uh, things there, Bumblebee, as soon as you can get them to me. And I will have to go out to Goodwill and the other store this next week because I'm out of new inventory to list. Yes, you're back now, Bumblebee. Ah, so yesterday I was talking to my son. Yesterday was my granddaughter's birthday, the 5th of March. And I was talking to them, and I told my son to put me on his tracker because I'm old enough that I just want somebody to know where I am if I come up missing and I'm not here in the house. So I am not, he is now tracking me like he tracks his kids. Uh, I should have my daughter do it too. So, yeah. So I think I will close for now. I'm going to try to do daily videos, see if I can rev up my YouTube a little bit. Since I really do enjoy doing the YouTube videos, even though they're not doing much. I have one almost ready to go for tomorrow, and if I sell anything, I will do shipping for sure. I got your message, Bumblebee, about putting several videos together. If I sell one a day, I could put 3 days together. That would seem like more. Yeah, that's a good idea. So, thank you all for visiting tonight. And if anybody has any more ideas, I will try cayenne pepper too. My whole garage is going to be like I have mothballs, peppermint, all kinds of peppermint things, and now cayenne pepper. I'll try. Uh, yeah, everybody have a good week. I will be back Sunday. So even though I'm showing you what I'm selling when I'm bagging it, mailing it out, I'm still doing the Sunday, video about what I sold all week. So I will see you Sunday at 4 o'clock. Uh, so be good. Be blessed. And by that time, I think the weather is supposed to turn again, and we're supposed to get warmer by the weekend. Right now, it's very cold out there. So I'll see you Sunday at 4. Uh, God is good. Bye.